up, everybody? Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we're actually saying it's Halloween already.
I know.
Yo.
I know.
I know we probably say this over and over on each podcast, but time is flying.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's going by too fast.
Yeah, but I'm so excited. It's Halloween, good vibes. It's a full moon. Put your positive energy and vibes out there. Okay, that was my little weird spiel.
Do you guys know when like kids like get excited about stuff and they have like this like glisten in their eye and their face is all like fresh and dewy? Like Jasmine looks like she just like popped out of like a cocoon and she's like, Halloween is my day. Like she looks so like rejuvenated. Like she has this huge grin on her face. Like she's just like, this is her holiday. Like
it's my jam.
Friendsgiving is my thing and Halloween is her thing.
Is mine. And I think honestly we might have to start doing that as a tradition each year. I'll do Halloween.
You can do Halloween and I'll do Friendsgiving.
Yeah, Friendsgiving.
Oh, I'm so down for that.
Definitely do that.
But speaking of that, welcome to the Jas&Lo podcast.
I know, welcome. I know we just hopped right on into this thing. Well, I'm Jazz.
And I'm Lo.
and this is the
Jas&Lo podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome to episode 10.
10.
Talking about Halloween.
Oh, yes.
So let's get to it. Jazz, how are you?
I'm doing really, really good. As you noted before.
If you can't hear in the tone of her voice.
I have the biggest smile on my face.
She is hyped.
Man, I'm so freaking hyped. I love Halloween. And I always wondered why, but I think it's because I love like the energy and like as far as like the fun. You know what I mean? And even a little bit of spooky. Mm-hmm. I do like my little spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Not too much though, because I'm definitely that person in the movie theater that be like covering her eyes and her ears and kind of like squeal here and there. But I don't know, just Halloween's just so much fun, and it's always been a fun holiday for me, even like as a kid. You know what I mean? So, mind you, we've had family members whose birthday is on Halloween. So with that said, I will give a shout out to my stepdad, Edge. Happy birthday. He is October 30th.
Happy birthday, Edge.
And then today is my uncle and my grandfather's birthday. So shout out to my Uncle Justin. Happy birthday.
Happy
and
birthday.
Shout out to my grandpa. Happy birthday. Rest
Happy
in peace.
birthday.
And yeah, it's the first Halloween without him, not here, like physically here with us. But I really want to, do this Halloween out right for him. So.
Or what do you guys have planned for Halloween?
We're gonna do a dinner outside and stuff like that. Gonna go visit my grandpa, and then just have fun like with the kids. We're planning on doing like a little like drive-by trick-or-treat thing that they're having. Like I think in Simi Valley or something like that. But doing something fun. Nothing really planned, but I'm never really planned person anyway. I start to know that about me. Well, you already know this. This is nothing new to you. But definitely spontaneous, but definitely something fun. Maybe watch like some like 50s movie that was like my grandpa's favorite. But we'll see.
That's really sweet.
Thanks.
I like that.
How are you doing on this
doing
lovely
good.
Halloween day?
I am like ready for the day. I'm like, what can I do to fit in to make it feel like Halloween, since we didn't really have the movies. We didn't have, all the things that we normally do for Halloween. So I woke up this morning on a freaking mission. I was like, okay, I'm going to clean, and then I'm going to go get some pumpkins. I'm going to decorate my house with some pumpkins, because I like to get things like like when I do decor shopping, I'm getting things for fall, like through October and November. So I always get my pumpkins the day before Halloween or the day of, and then my house is covered with them throughout the month, because I can enjoy them more instead of them like dying.
Exactly.
So
especially when you carve them.
Yeah, it's more fun, and I think it's like a fun activity. But I have like errands to run. I need to go I need to clean. Jasmine can see that I'm like scratching to do something. Oh my god!
Whatever fizz you've taken.
I'm on one today.
Oh man.
Like I'm on one today. Like we were doing edits, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna wipe this down real quick. Oh, I'm gonna do this real quick. I pulled out the vacuum, and she was like, you are not gonna do the vacuum right now. And I'm like, oh, but I will. I'm going to soon. Like I have a itch this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna do some cleaning. Okay. I'm going to get some pumpkins. I'm gonna actually watch my cousin, and she's gonna go do her thing. So I'm gonna be like house sitting and kind of maybe tossing out candy. I'm not really sure. I'm probably just gonna watch movies, do homework, laid back,
Right,
like
super,
you know how I
chill.
am, really
I
like
might pop up on you. Who knows?
yeah, like come by and say hi. But I think that they left me a couple bags of candy, so I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna go about that. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna have my mask on. I don't know if I'm gonna be like, hey, go long, and I'm gonna throw it at them.
And maybe like have like a glove on.
Yeah.
And just like toss it.
Maybe just like
That could be fun,
hey,
like
kid,
a football
go
thing.
long,
Yes.
like see how many of them can catch it, or like open your basket from afar. Maybe I'll just have fun with them that way. Like, how
Take a
many can
shot.
I get in until it gets there? Like,
Right.
whatever. Or
Oh, that would be fun and cute, actually.
yeah,
I
like
that
something
idea.
kind of light, like stay back, like I don't
6
know.
feet, 6 feet.
I don't know. I think everybody's kind of like I think they want to, but then they don't want to.
Right.
But then, they're kind of like, hey, hell with it. Which, hey, is to your own. Do what you want to do.
I don't know. Maybe Lysol. Like this might. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say that because I don't even really. Lysol does kill germs, but
well,
that's
I
chemicals
actually
and stuff,
looked up some stuff because we were talking about this before about like how we always want to make sure everybody's like, hey, be super safe today.
Please.
If you're going to a party, girls, check your stuff. Like, have a buddy system. Don't go anywhere by yourself.
You're never too old for a buddy system.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
For the kids out there, the parents out there, make sure you're checking the candy. If you're doing that. If not, then you guys have your own family system. But just keep in mind safety first always.
And sanitize, yo.
Sanitize if you're driving around tonight. Like, we don't know who's out, kids, teenagers, family gatherings. They could just be going on a walk,
right?
And waving into the neighborhoods. Like, we don't know what today is going to be like. So again, be really super careful and safe.
I agree.
I actually found a couple really good things if anybody needs like some inspiration, but I think this is kind of how tonight's going to go. So on healthchildren.org, they came up with a couple like really good options for people or like things that could be going on like during COVID.
Oh, okay.
The first one is virtual costume parties and parades.
Cute.
So again,
that's cute.
You could be having people in their cars. It could be like going 5 miles per hour. Again, be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, please don't crash.
People driving slow and stuff because the kids want to have fun. They want to show their costumes and stuff. Making masks a part of their costume. We talked about this a couple episodes.
We did.
About how they could incorporate the masks. I mean, you could add a mask, a pink mask for a princess, a black mask for a ninja. Like, the list goes on. So hopefully, I think people are being creative and they're like, hey, if we're going to do this, you have to wear a mask. Like, we can incorporate with your costume.
I agree.
Another one, which I like this one. This one's cute. If you're not going to go out, you can do a spooky movie night.
Oh, that would be freaking fun.
Really fun.
That's my vibe.
So think about like clearing out your living room, pulling out some air mattresses, like picking out like your snacks and your treats, have your little bowl of candy and just like have a good spooky movie night. I love that.
I love that idea.
I think that's super sweet. I think it's still like, if you have older kids or you have really young ones and you didn't, you did your thing, you come home, you kind of like wind down.
Just chill. I like
decorating
that.
pumpkins. That's a classic. People normally do it today and then they leave them out Halloween night. Halloween themed treats. So we were talking about like snacks and stuff that you can make with your family, which we'll go into that a little bit later
to give some ideas and stuff.
A couple things like outdoor community events. So it looks like keeping your social distance, even when outdoors. Avoid haunted houses.
So sad. That's so sad.
I think it says you can do your like haunted forest or like corn maze might be a better option.
Oh,
because like
you're outside.
You're outside. You can probably social distance. They can also keep in track how many people are in the mazes and stuff.
Yeah, but the same.
But I don't think California is even doing that.
Because honestly, at the same time, if you have a group of set of people that go in front of you, and let's say somebody sneezes and the particles and everything are there, because there's some people that freaking sneeze outside their mask. They'll take their mask off to sneeze, and then you know what I mean, and then put their mask back on. So
also anything that you pick, like pumpkins, apples, like if you're gonna go like picking for stuff, make sure you sanitize it before
clean it.
You take it in your house or eat it. I would hope people
or touch
are doing
your
that.
face or touch any other food that you're gonna consume or put near your face.
Yeah, but there's like a couple like options. Again, this website is for healthychildren.org.
That's
they
fun.
have a couple things like Halloween and COVID. You can read more into it and
you know
do
what
you want to do with your family.
wish that they did incorporate this year, maybe next year, because who knows if this is gonna like last that long, but who knows. But maybe do, and I think I mentioned this before in a different episode, where it's like do kind of like a Halloween themed candy cane lane, where it's like you have a neighborhood that just decks out their house, and you essentially take your car and you drive through the neighborhood just like Candy Cane Lane.
Okay, yeah. So for the ones that don't live in California or live near Santa Clarita.
Oh, I know. Do they do that in other states? That's
I don't
a good
know.
Point. That's a really good
point.
But
Santa Clarita has a neighborhood in Saugus that they deck out their entire street.
Yeah, they have one in Woodlands.
It's like a two-way cul-de-sac. So you pull into it, you take a left and a right, and both of them are cul-de-sacs. So every single house, I think except for 2 or 1, they deck out their whole house head to toe
in Christmas stuff.
Covered in Christmas stuff. Like
lights.
The lights intertwine with each house. Every house has a little like story for, like that's Christmas related. It's so cute.
It is. It's very sweet.
It's huge.
It's so sweet.
People from all over the valley. I think everywhere. Everybody around us comes to go
all the
check
time
it out.
because it's so pretty.
People park and they walk. I don't know if we're going to be doing that, but I think that they're going to just be recommending people, hey, stay in your cars.
Right. No, exactly. And then just drive around because the one in the Woodland Hills, it's like a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's a whole neighborhood.
It's
so
crazy.
You literally have like maybe like 3, 4, 5 streets.
That's a good idea though. Maybe I'm sure that a couple of neighborhoods have done that. Like, hey, let's do a huge Halloween. It's just,
right.
But it's big.
No, it is. It's really, really huge. But I think maybe next year, maybe set something up like that. Like in my neighborhood, I might like do like
I love that though. That's a good idea.
Like, let's make something fun for the kids.
You know what? That's one thing too that I was thinking because I live in an apartment complex and I was like, every year, like the older that I get, the more I've wanted to do it. But this year, I really, really wanted to do it this year, but I didn't gain the courage. But I wanted to do like flyers and say like, if you have kids that live in our apartment complex, like we can do like an outside thing.
Oh, that would be so
where like we have this
cute.
huge roundabout. So I was thinking for just 2 hours, no one parks in these roundabouts, and people can social distance, they can wear their costumes and we can all be in individual parking spots.
Oh,
and they
like
can, like we'll be at the end of the parking and they could be like at the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that's 6 feet.
Oh my gosh.
So then they could rotate.
So cute.
I know.
And then you could have had people to deck out their balconies.
Yeah.
That face the cul-de-sac, like that face that roundabout.
Or even like their trunks, do like trunk or treat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if people did want to park.
That would be super sweet. Well, hey, make that as a goal for next year.
Yeah.
We'll keep each other accountable to make sure that happens. We'll probably have to plan it like maybe like wait like a month or 2 out before next Halloween.
Yeah.
So maybe like in August or something.
I know, we're already
like
thinking about next year. How terrible is that?
I know, but hey, you gotta plan, yo. You can plan as much as you want, but at the end of the day, stuff's gonna happen. But 2020
well, since we've talked about the safety, some options for people to do for Halloween during COVID, what are like your like guilty treats that you like during Halloween?
My guilty treats?
Like what candy are you going to be like,
oh my gosh.
I'm
okay, well, don't let me go on this rant. And I was talking to your dad about it too yesterday.
Oh,
my
freaking
Oreos. Treats that I love this time of year that I'm very heartbroken that I did not get my hands on are these Halloween orange Oreos. The filling is orange, and it's the regular brown cookie. I don't know what the heck they sprinkle into that damn Oreo, but when I tell you, because honestly, I've had other people attest to this too. It's so mother effing good. I don't know whether it's the coloring, like the taste and the coloring that they use or whatever, but I love freaking Halloween Oreos. I can genuinely, and I'm not exaggerating, eat a whole damn pack by myself. Oh my gosh, is my guilty pleasure. But long story short, I went to
that has some extra Oreos that would like to send Jasmine some.
Oh
please
my
do,
gosh,
my poor friend was so sad last night at Target.
I was so sad. I went to 5 stores,
ran to the aisle. She ran because she saw the Oreos and she thought that they were orange. They were Christmas.
I was so heartbroken already.
Yeah,
that's so infuriating. Oh
I can't even get into that.
Started. I literally went to 4 different stores. I can name all these for you. I went to Walgreens. I went to Vons, Ralph's, Target. Called Smart and Final. None. I think where I hit my limit was when I went to Ralph's and they had Christmas red Oreos already. We're in October.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started. But all that to say,
So
my
your
Halloween
treat
treats,
is gonna be the Halloween Oreo cookies.
those, and then one that I love to create. I did this one year because I do love. It's deviled eggs.
You put the little olive in the middle with the legs.
Yes. Well, you're gonna describe it more in
that
detail.
Sounds yummy.
But yes, those are my definitely like my fun little experiment. But I think you know what? Actually, thinking about it, I think I put like an eyeball instead of a spider. So what I did was I took an olive, like a green olive, and I like put it in the middle. So I made deviled eggs and then just put the olive there and put it in the middle, and it was kind of looked like a. It
That
looked like
sounds
an eyeball.
so good. A deviled egg right now.
Those
I
are my
don't even know
treats.
why. Okay, so the Oreos and the deviled eggs with a little like olive on top.
Completely
like
two
That's
different
really
types of flavors. But those are my little Halloween stuff. But for sure. What are yours? What are
I like
yours?
it. Okay, I don't really have like cookies or anything like that, but okay, I'm gonna go with my favorite candy. So probably like
there you go.
peanut M&Ms, of course.
Those are yours.
Okay, this is like
What?
I hate the Halloween candy so much because it's like little cute, tiny little bite size or like one little portion
size
of candy.
Oh, I know.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, there's like a bowl full. And I really, I'll just have one. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, that was only like a bite,
I could have another.
I could have another one. I could have another one, maybe, hey. An hour goes by. You know what? Maybe like just like two more. A little snacky.
A snack.
I'll have 10.
Damn near.
And I'm
you
like, that was
had like 2-3 bars.
That was an entire bar or more. So like this year, I'm like not falling for that shit. I'm like, nope, I am not. I'm not doing it. This year has been so good. Like beginning of October, I had one pumpkin spice latte and I had like a couple of the pumpkin cold brews.
Right.
Since then, I've had nothing. Like I am keeping myself I just don't want to get into it. I'm
all about it.
I don't want to get into the sugar. I don't want to get like
talk about those.
It's just rough. Like
oh no, B.
I just
give
can't
me all
even.
the pumpkin.
I just don't even want to eat the candy this year. I'm like, I just don't want to.
Don't even want to look at it.
I don't want to get into my fall like fluff.
Oh my gosh, no! And that's the other candy I didn't even think about. Reese's.
Yeah, I could definitely snack on the Reese's Pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I could definitely take a bite of some Butterfingers.
Wait, but you haven't indulged in any?
No. Mm-mm.
No sweet
I'm not going to do it this
month.
year either. Today, like passing out candy, I am not going to have one. Because it's just like,
you're strong. So.
I just don't want to do it. I'm like, it's all right. It's just one day.
It's better for your skin. Because candy,
and me and the peanut butter and stuff and the chocolate. If I have a couple of those, the next day I'm like, poof.
Same.
There's a breakout.
No, for real. Maybe that's why.
So I'm staying out of
your
it
skin
this
looks
year.
flawless. I have to say.
Girl.
I have to say.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to start like videotaping these so people can actually see what the heck we're talking about.
I know what we actually look like in real life.
Oh my gosh, no, but for real, your skin looks really, really good.
Thanks, girl.
So like non-candy.
That's because I'm cutting out the sugars and all this other stuff. I'm doing like a detox this month, and I was like, I'm not gonna fall for that trap.
Nah,
but yeah, if I was gonna eat candy though, I probably would have a couple Snickers, a couple Butterfingers, a couple Reese's, and then I'd have about 3 or 4 bars of candy. Oh my god!
Some people don't like them.
I love almond joys.
I don't know why, but around Halloween time, that is my candy.
Oh,
that
I love almond joys. I easily could have 10 of those. Easy.
And especially when you're talking about the little
one little individual ones. Yes, girl. You and I both just had a moment there. We both pointed at each other and we were like, you know what I'm talking about. The little tiny individual with a one almond on top, and you just put the whole thing in your mouth and it melts in your mouth.
Sweet Lord.
Ooh, okay. We got to move on from the treats because this could be like a 30-minute conversation.
No, high key.
So for crafts, like you guys are your family is super into carving pumpkins.
Yeah, well, we are. And to be honest, it's been like our thing since I was a kid, yo.
Okay, so that's like really a tradition for you guys.
Gosh, like I remember my grandfather like teaching us how to carve a pumpkin and have like this was before the little fancy dancy scoopers and stuff like that, where you have to put your hand in there,
knife,
take that freaking stuff, and actually get a freaking knife to carve everything out. And oh man, I love it. So this year what we did, we got like big old plastic. We set up like we used the floor. We didn't do it on the table, and everybody had their pumpkin and we carved. I love carving pumpkins. And I don't know, I might actually do it for Halloween night too.
Are you into like when you because like I love this because I saw your pumpkin and I just had like so many flashbacks of like me carving pumpkins, and I'm that girl who like draws like the triangle eyes and then like draws like a jacked up smile.
Oh, so you
and,
draw
like,
first?
Yeah, I draw first.
Okay.
And like I've never traced or anything. Like, you know, they have the tools now you can trace and all this other stuff.
And kind of
like
cut
I'm
out.
not. Yeah, I don't think. I just don't have the patience. I'm like, oh, let's get it done. You know.
Oh no, see, I'm all patience.
It's very time consuming.
I taped
yours. Looks amazing.
I taped it.
It looks really good.
And
but I mean, it's a time consuming activity.
It is, but honestly,
you want it to look nice.
In all actuality, maybe an hour or two.
But some people get really crazy with pumpkins, like really crazy.
No, they do.
They carve like into the pumpkin faces and haunted houses, and like some people are painting them now. You know,
I know those are actually really
those
cute.
Are really cute.
Really freaking. I think there was actually a Netflix show.
Oh, really?
Something like that where it was like it was a carving pumpkin like series. And stuff like that was like a competition of who can carve the best pumpkin.
Wow.
I want to say it was on. I know for sure it was there.
That.
It was on last year, but yeah, I'm sure it's still on Netflix.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's actually super super dope. But yeah, like I just think it's so much fun, and then you can deck out your house.
Yeah, I do like decking out my house with pumpkins. I don't carve into them, but I do like washing them down and covering my whole house. I have seen a lot of So like your arts and crafts for sure is like decking out the pumpkins.
Oh,
do you guys put them outside?
We do put them outside. We put our candles in them, and then this year I got some like little stickers, like window stickers, where it looks like eyes are looking outside, and then like, you know, like the little spider webs, and put them in the bushes and stuff like that. I love.
So like when you buy your house soon. When you buy your house soon,
manifesting.
It's gonna happen. I'm putting it out in the universe. So when you buy your house soon, when you do like decor shopping, are you gonna be doing like specifically like Halloween orange and black and spiders? Are you gonna be more like Pinterest fall, Pinterest like home decor? Like,
you know what?
What's your vibe?
You gave me a really good idea. So I think what I'm gonna do is do the spooky outside, and then do Pinteresty inside.
Oh, I love that.
So it's like, you don't really know what you're walking into because you think my house is just going to look creepy, but really inside it's going to be like Pinteresty, like cute fall decor.
Well, speaking of fall decor, I don't know if you've seen some of these houses that deck their houses out for Halloween. I've seen these new ones.
Crazy.
Have you seen the big ass spiders?
The one that crawls.
Have you
seen
the one that crawl?
Yes.
They crawl down like the spider web. I don't even know how that's even possible.
Don't even know how they managed to make that machine function.
But like, it's insane to me, like how
people get really into it.
They get so into Halloween.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, it's awesome.
Right.
But in my mind, I was like, holy crap! There's like a legit moving spider. I mean, I know it's fake, but in my mind, I'm like, how did they even? How much was that thing?
Right.
Like,
how did you even get that thing?
Where did you even find it?
Right.
You know, but I've seen a couple.
Amazon?
I've seen like a couple online.
See, that's so trippy. And the part that low key creeps me out are the dead bodies. The little chopped up like arms and stuff like that be scattering in
That's
the
the part of Halloween I don't like. I'm like the Disney version of Halloween, and you're more like half and half, I think.
I am. I'm a little bit of both.
Like, I just cannot get into the creepy, gory. Oof.
Well, no, like I've heard some creepy stuff about like actual like bodies allegedly in some of these yards and like homes and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, like I don't understand what people be doing with them with their lives and stuff like that. But I've always been curious though, where did like Halloween come from? Like, do you know where it came from?
So I did a little research, like we do every episode
all the time.
And basically, so Halloween originated from what I remember, it came from the Celtics who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France.
Oh, dope.
So they celebrated their New Year's on November 1st. And I guess like the Halloween's original date goes back to like some kind of Celtic festival.
Mm-hmm.
And the town name is spelled Samhain. Not the town, but that's what the festival was called. It's called Samhain.
Samhain, okay.
And I guess basically the day was marked at the end of the summer. Now think about this. This was 2,000 years ago.
It's crazy.
When winter came, it was like survival mode.
Right.
So basically at the end of the summer and the harvest was over. and it was beginning of, winter. It was dark. Normally people would die around that time. So the Celtics believed that on the night of the new year, which was Halloween, they thought that like the barrier between like the living and the dead,
oh my gosh,
like faded, I guess.
Right.
Like it blurred. And on the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, which is the festival, and they believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth.
So they can like intermingle, essentially, kind of like a Day of the Dead thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, that is trippy.
But imagine this 2,000 years ago.
Well, I know. I know. Oh, Lord.
Ugh.
Well, think about it, though, too. So this has been around for 2,000 years. It's not just some pop-up holiday that, like, some company, like, created. Maybe they kind of formed it in that way so it could all be all about, like, candy, decorations, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I remember watching Hocus Pocus, though, and they're mentioning something about Hallows Eve. Or some crazy thing like that about, like, some part in time where the day October 31st turned into Hallows Eve or something.
So the evening before was known as All Hallows Eve.
There you go.
And later Halloween, over time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick-or-treating, carving jack-o'-lanterns, festival gatherings, and costumes and eating treats. So it used to be called
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve, which actually that's kind of a cute little.
I like that
because
it reminded me of Hocus Pocus, because that is my movie for Halloween. But I just remember them talking about like the witches and giving history on them, and then they talked about All Hallows Eve, and I don't know why that name just like completely stuck to me. But talking about movies though. Movies and TV shows, because that's you all about them TV shows and the movies.
I love me some good.
So what
TV
would be like
movies.
or did you did some like research and stuff on like what's really
I
like
found a couple
time
options.
of year?
Hocus Pocus,
obviously. Classic.
The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, great.
You did tell me that was good.
I've never seen The Craft from the 1996. I've never seen that. Apparently it's on Freeform, 31 Nights of Halloween. The Nightmare Before Christmas, classic.
Disney.
Come on now. Edward Scissorhands.
That's pretty good. I mean, it was a good movie. I wasn't like
I don't really remember that movie. I watched it as a kid, but hey, some people are really super into that.
Right? It's a popular movie during this time.
Let's see. Oh, The Addams Family.
You loved you some Addams Family.
Love The Addams Family 1 and 2. I just think it's so like, I don't know, it's authentic, and I just love the characters.
Right, and they always had that like eerie vibe to them, but like
very 90s.
Very
90s.
Very.
Let's see. Oh gosh, the list goes on. Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, I love that movie. That movie is a cute movie.
I wish they would have stopped making the movies after the first one, because they're so bad.
The second one I think was cute.
Oh,
but I would have probably stopped at the second one.
Like they made too many.
But I love me some Addams
But really cute movie though. Let's see a couple other ones we got. Zombieland. Love Zombieland.
I've seen that movie.
It's good with Woody whatever his name is. Woody Harrison.
I gotta take your word for it.
That guy. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is a classic.
That's a classic.
The remake I've heard was
Scream. I've never seen the Screams.
Scream as a kid creeped me out. It definitely creeped me out because I feel like it was just odd. But I feel like watching it now as an adult, I think I would just be like, oh, this is kind of corny.
Stranger Things.
You love you some Stranger
Love that show. What a great show to have come out during Halloween. Like that whole month.
Especially making like watching it over too.
So
I mean, I don't know if people are like into
I love it.
Stuff,
it's so good. It's like the perfect Halloween movie.
But those are definitely Halloween vibes.
Well, tell me your top 3. Like if it's on, I'm gonna watch it.
You go first. I'm like you.
Me?
Yes, because I feel like you set the tone.
Top 3. Hocus Pocus.
Top 3?
Oh man. Okay, hold on. Hocus Pocus. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And my guilty pleasure, honestly, like Harry Potter.
That gives you some spooky vibes.
Harry Potter, like this is doesn't matter what day, what year, what month, what holiday. If Harry Potter's on, I'm watching it.
You're all in.
Like I'm watching it. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, oh, Harry Potter's on.
You can watch from
beginning to end.
First movie that popped out to the last very one. End.
Yeah.
See, I fell off in between in the middle. I gotta rewatch them.
Oh, I love them.
But Harry
No,
Potter's
that
actually
sets my
really
vibes
good.
because it's like the cute, creepy, like
Yes.
festive Halloween. You know, it has like the music and stuff, and like
right,
you know, like their
right.
English and stuff, which I don't even know why would make me. I think it reminds me of like wizards and
Well, yeah, there's a
wands
lot of
and
wizards in
stuff,
there.
and like
Right.
yeah. I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
that's good.
I like it.
I
It's
love those top
cute.
3. Okay, so it was Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas, and
Harry Potter.
I can dig those. I can dig it. I can dig it. For me, my first one would be Hocus Pocus. Second, Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. That movie is freaking hilarious. I love that. Those are my Disney. And then my third one is I want to say it's like the Westchester Rifle or Rochester Rifle. I know I've thrashed the name all the time, but I think the movie's titled The Rochester House. And so essentially the movie is about a family who essentially created the Rochester Rifle, and how the wife is now haunted by those who were murdered or killed by the rifle itself, whether it was like murder or used in war in that time. Long story short, those ghosts or people who passed would come and haunt her and give her visions of like rooms. And so essentially she would draw these rooms out and build rooms. So the house is actually a real house that you can go to. And they say it's very like, it gives you like really creepy vibes because apparently like there's real ghosts in there. And so essentially she builds rooms for these ghosts, and until they like cross over.
Yeah.
Until like, whichever land or world dimension that we go into after. But yeah, the movie just it's a really good movie. It has a great freaking storyline, and it just gets you thinking, like, do you believe in ghosts?
Like, do I believe in ghosts?
Yeah, like, I mean, just like anybody, like me, I personally believe in ghosts. I believe that I do.
Yeah, I believe that there's
you?
like, yeah, I believe that there's, I don't know. I don't know like too much. I've never done like research on like the spirit world and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I definitely think that there's vibes. There's like some spooky, like, ooh.
Yeah, like energy and stuff like that.
Energy, definitely.
Oh man, like like when you're in a room and randomly you feel like this brisk cold air. They say supposedly that's a ghost or a spirit around you. I've heard that.
Ooh.
I definitely heard that. Have you experienced that though before?
Okay, so I'm telling all my secrets on this podcast. I swear.
We're being real.
Okay, so whenever this goes for like anywhere that I am. So like if I'm on land or like
property or something.
Property, yeah. Not so much like buildings and stuff, but when I'm on the actual land, I always feel like this weird kind of like vibe. Like my gut like just tells me like something is not right.
Like
something's off. Yeah, I just have a feeling like my skin, like I get the goosebumps.
Right.
Like I'm just uncomfortable. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck? Like I'm in the middle of nowhere, or I'm just
at this random
random
place.
location.
Right.
Especially like in Lake Havasu. So whenever we were on the lake, we would go to certain spots, you park or you found like a little area or whatever, you're just kind of coasting or something like that. I just always had this feeling of like something's wrong.
And like a
something
particular
happened
spot.
here. Yeah. Like this doesn't feel right, like I feel off. And then the one time actually, which was so crazy because we were parked somewhere, we were floating and everybody was swimming, and I was like, I'm not getting out of this boat. Like I just knew something's wrong, something is off.
Your intuition was just like
right. Okay, so I'm at the top, not the top, but I'm at the front of the boat.
Yeah.
And so I'm laying there, everybody's swimming, and I got this urge. I just popped up. I looked down and I saw these like old cars.
What?
Old like 1950s cars at the bottom of the lake. Like they were there, dude. There was like 4 or 5 of them. I swear to God. And I looked down and I was like, that's a freaking car. And then I kept looking and I was like, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what the heck? Why are these like abandoned cars here? Because your mind goes
in the lake.
In the lake. So your mind goes completely like to the left, like the mafia, you know, they like shove people in here or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went to like the complete like bad part. I wasn't thinking like someone has dumped him here. Like, no. I went to like someone died in here. Like, everybody get out of the water. Oh my gosh. Because they didn't see the cars at the bottom.
Right. But that's crazy though that you got this eerie freaking feeling.
So like whenever I'm at a place,
that is so trippy.
Yeah, I just have a feeling in my stomach like something's wrong. Like, it's
listen to your gut, because if we ever go somewhere and you get that feeling, it's so important to freaking like listen to it, because that might be like some inner being in you that like is like, nah, something ain't right. Hence, there was freaking cars at the bottom of the lake.
I don't know if it's like the Hawaiian or Native American in me or something, but definitely like I feel it. I've never really like asked anybody about it. Like, do you guys like feel? Because I feel like it's like maybe it's just me. You know, this could just be. But no, I definitely feel like I see what you're saying.
That's freaking true.
But you've been to like Louisiana and stuff though. Like,
no, I definitely have.
Like, and you've been to Scotland.
From there.
You've been to.
I've been to Scotland, Edinburgh.
So, like, you've been to parts, like, where, like, there's a lot of history. There's a lot of, like, you know, generations there. Do you feel like there's kind of, like, a vibe? Do you feel like, oh, there's a lot of,
like... Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember the first... we went to Scotland. Manchester, I got good vibes. I didn't have any type of creepy, eerie place. But the first place we went to, I want to say we were... I don't remember exactly which part we entered into when we got to Scotland first, but long story short, we got into this Airbnb. Vibes were off. Completely off. It was so freaking cold in there, like so crisp. The heater wasn't working. Long story short, we went out. We were just trying to make the best of it. We come back. It was still crisp. The heater was supposed to be on. Didn't work. And we all essentially, me and my cousins, like bunked it in one bed to like have body heat. It was that cold. Yeah. It was that cold. Woke up the next day, the gas was on. Like, we smelled gas throughout the whole entire place. And we're like, what the heck is going on? It wasn't coming from the kitchen.
Yeah.
We had no idea. But mind you, this place that we were at, just this one house, because I'm not trying to like paint a picture of Scotland. It was a beautiful freaking place. Just this one Airbnb spot.
I do feel like the places like that, they'll have so much history.
No, it
and
does.
Like so much like especially the East Coast.
Right.
Like there's so much history there. There's so much like things that have happened. Yeah. Especially even the South too. Right, you know, like you just there's a lot.
Go there, right?
You know what I mean? Like the vibes, like haunted stuff,
right? Because
like
it definitely gave us
stories, old folk tale,
right? It gave us like conjuring vibes, like that place we were at. But you know, we left there and went to the other side of Scotland and had like an amazing time. But I've definitely had my fair share though of like haunted experiences, like where I feel like I definitely saw a ghost before, like you know what I mean, like in my peripheral, you know what I'm saying. And like heard a door close on its own, and it wasn't no freaking wind, and all that stuff. So no, it I don't know. Go, they're around, and if they want their presence soon, they will definitely they will definitely let you know. But I don't know. I always was kind of like intrigued with the whole, like when you mentioned like the down south thing, like voodoo and stuff like that. It's just always like it's creepy. It's like, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's intriguing, but at the same time, I don't want to mess with it. You know what I mean?
You don't want to get involved.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like, it's just, okay, that's really cool. That's a part of history. And
yeah. Like, what's that one board game?
Oh, that Ouija board.
The Ouija board. Yeah.
Will not be involved in that game at all.
So, like, no voodoo. Would you ever, like, you've gotten your palms read, though, no?
No. I think.
Crystal ball kind of vibe?
No. Like, to be honest, somebody, like, I'm not saying in a literal sense, grabbed my hand, but, like, met this person and they were like trying to, like, I think homie was just trying to spit game. Let's just be real. but he's dope peeps though.
Hey girl, I've read your senses and I could tell. Yeah. Let me read your palm. And Jasmine's probably like, okay, well, like, right, you know, trying to be nice, you know, stuff. Like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, side. What do you see?
No, but he pointed something out to me though, that like I apparently have like a beauty mark on my love line.
Oh,
so I don't know what that means, but I mean, shout out to homie, like he's really cool. Like, I mean, we, you know, are friends. Like, the creepy vibes is over. Like, you know, the
that's
intro
good.
of it all. But yeah, no, I don't know. I genuinely believe that spirits can definitely cross over if they want to and all that other stuff. But we came across some like really creepy stories though.
Yeah, there's a couple that I have found, a couple that Jazz has found. So this one is from Molly. I found this on refinery29.com. Her name is Molly. Her hometown is Storm Lake, Iowa. So there is this haunted house outside of town. We call it the Texas Chainsaw House because there was a rumor that the night you could hear an echo of a chainsaw. And the home still had unopened cans of food in the cabinets and newspapers from 1980s. On the kitchen table, almost as if the family up and left and didn't pack up a thing. They tore it down because kids were going there and trespassing in this old abandoned creepy house with like a weird amount of dolls and toys from the 80s.
That's creepy. Dolls creep me out.
I didn't believe in ghosts at the time, but looking back, I'd bet money it was actually haunted.
Bruh. I believe that story.
I mean, who goes into an abandoned creepy ass house though?
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't be doing that either. But that's like people going into empty cemeteries, or not empty cemeteries, but cemeteries at night.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes into a cemetery at night? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my!
I feel like
gosh.
that's a huge no.
You're playing with fire.
Like you know
that's
what I'm saying? A bad
idea. You don't know what's gonna come with you or whatever. But this one story I did come across though, it's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really curious on how you would feel about this if this happened to you. It says, and I'm not wishing this on you, of course not. It's titled. It's on BuzzFeed, and the title is "The Empty Studio That Wasn't Really Empty." And it's Smelly Chef 65 wrote 9 years ago. I know.
What a name.
Right. And it reads, 9 years ago, I was playing music in this old studio. I was given the keys and told I could stay as long as I wanted. I regularly used to crash on the couch and play throughout the night. I had the only key. One night, I woke up with a photo of me asleep on the couch saved to my camera roll. That is very creepy. That. Could you imagine going on your phone, knowing that you were alone, and you're scrolling through your camera roll and you see a picture of you asleep? How do you explain that?
I don't know.
Oh, that gave me the chills.
Oh God.
That gave me the chills, bro. Oh my gosh, yo.
Thank you.
I can't imagine, dude. I really, 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 really can't imagine. But on that note, we're going to wrap this on that creepy note. We're going to call this a wrap to our Halloween episode.
Everybody have the best Halloween ever.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing, have fun, enjoy it, be safe. So we're going to go ahead and do our weekly shout out, which is going to go to @CreatingWithCamille podcast. Thanks, girl, for all of your really nice comments. We love interacting with you on Instagram.
Yes, and she's a Cali native too. Let me put that out there. So shout out to Cali. So on that note, our episodes come out on Saturdays by 5 o'clock. So
November 7th is going to be episode 11.
Dang, 11. I love how these episodes are coming out on the month. Because this was episode 10 and it's October.
Yeah.
Episode 11 is going to be coming out.
It's working out. Those are our lucky numbers. We'll call them lucky episodes.
10 and 11.
So don't forget to follow us on our Instagram @Jas&Lo podcast. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye, guys.
Toodles.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Just wanna show you something.